In this video, I'm going to show you another one of the things that I use every day to write code faster. And that is by making code snippet in VS Code. So say you are starting a project and you created your index.html file. And to start writing the basic structure, you say HTML. Then you see a lot of suggestion here. Suggestion is just HTML or HTML5 or XML. What happens when I press on HTML? It just creates HTML. Now I have to write everything by myself. What will happen if I just say HTML and click on 5 and press enter? This is awesome. You got your basic structure right here, and then you can see a cursor blinking here. What happens when you press tab again, and you can see it is changing from one to another wherever value needs to be changed. But where is this coming from? Or can I actually change this if I need to? Say for example, I don't like this structure, I want to add something else. Maybe I want to add main here, something like this. Can I do that? Every time I write HTML5, it should give me this thing. So that is where user snippet comes in play. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and delete this part, and we will try to create our own snippet. Is because whenever you type HTML, where is it coming from? Who is adding this for you in the browser? So we will write user snippet. So VS Code gives you a way to write your own snippet and give it a shortcode, something like HTML. And as soon as you press that, it will replace that with your snippet. The same thing happens with CSS. Whenever you start writing CSS, what happens? You want to use your reset. And to use reset, what you do? You go to the browser, you look for CSS reset, you copy it, and you go ahead and paste it. This is how you do it. But this is again going to be a very repetitive task, so I'll not do it like this. Let's create a user snippet. To do that, the first thing we do is to press Command-Shift-P. And here we will search for snippet. And you can see insert snippet and configure user snippet. So I'll go ahead and create user snippet. Press enter. And here it will ask for the language you want to create snippet for. I want to create for CSS, so I'll say CSS and press enter. As soon as you do that, you will get access to a file called css.json, where you have something that you may not be able to understand it. And that's perfectly fine, because now we will be able to do that. So I'll just leave it here and go back to our browser, and here we'll see a tool called snippet generator.app, asking for the description, tab trigger, and your snippet. So description is the description of your snippet, something like CSS reset. How do I want to trigger that snippet? So I'll just say reset for now. You can say whatever you want. And what is going to be your code? So I'll just go ahead, copy it, and paste it here. As soon as you do that, on the right hand side, it creates a structure like this. Creating this structure is a bit hard. That's why we use tools like this. I'll go ahead and copy it. Now, remember that you just have to delete this part and leave this object. Inside that, I'll just press tab and paste it. Save it. Now you can see I've created a CSS reset with a prefix of reset which has this body. Let's go ahead and type reset. As soon as you do that, on the top you can see that it is a user snippet named CSS reset which contains some body. So as soon as you press enter, you can see your code snippet here. How easy it is. So in this way, you can create your own user snippet and you can take help of these things. Similarly, I'll just want to do it for HTML. So as soon as I say HTML, this is the syntax. I don't want this. I want something else. So I'll just copy this part, go into my tool, delete everything. Now I want to write it for HTML. So I'll just, for description, I'll say HTML basic structure. Tab trigger will say HTML basic. And I'll just paste my code. Now we can just copy and paste it, but we need to add something else also. We want to add main, something like this. I want to copy it, and here I'll press Command Shift P again, click on Configure User Snippet and search for HTML. And now we'll go ahead, copy this snippet and paste it here. Press save. Now let's use it. So I'll say HTML, and you can see our snippet, that is user snippet, is coming here. I can press this and woof, we have it. So this is how easy it is to do this. But we are missing one thing from here. Let's see what we are missing. I'll try to do it with HTML5, and you can see you're getting that tab thing. When you're pressing tab, you can just change that part. I can say main blog just by using tab. So you saw that first this part was selected, device width, then 1.0 was selected, then document was selected. But in our case, that is not happening. If you do something like HTML basic, this is not happening. But what if I want that? So these things are called placeholders. So to declare a placeholder, you can see we use this kind of syntax. You can click on this and it will take you to a page that can explain you a lot more in detail, but we don't have to go there. I'll just copy this part, and instead of doing device width, I'll just say this. And here, instead of this, I'll say width. Similarly, I want to change this part also. Here, I'll just say 2 and name it version. Similarly, on the name of document, I can just say title and name it 3. So we are done with that. And if you want to make it, you can also make the 4th version, that is your body. Now I'll copy this snippet and go ahead and change our html.json. Now delete it and press htm basic. All the placeholder is highlighted, and as soon as you press tab, it is changing from version to title to body. Let's do it again. We'll say HTML, and first I want to change width, so I can just change it to something else. Version, I can just say 1.0. Press tab, and here I can say main blog, and press tab, and here I can say h1 hello world. So this is how useful it is to add snippet. You can add it in every language that you want to add it. We added it for CSS, we added it for HTML, we can add it for JavaScript also. So I'll say Command Shift P, user snippet, look for JavaScript. Say let's go ahead and add for console.log. So I'll say console.log. How I want to trigger that, we'll say CLG, and here all I need is console.log, and we want a message here. We'll just copy this code, come to this part, paste it, and from now onwards, whenever I need console.log, I can just say CLG and press enter, and you can see your code snippet. You can create it for function, you can create it for a lot of other things that can really boost your productivity. There is one last thing I want to tell you about the productivity is using Emmet properly. What is Emmet? You must be thinking. Emmet is an inbuilt tool that VS Code uses, and that is used for extending things like this. Say for example, I want a h2 element. So the way to write it is like open bracket, then say h2, then you say close bracket. Other way to do that is just by saying h2 and press tab. And this is done by Emmet. So you can learn about Emmet by searching it here. Emmet has a lot of shortcodes for writing things. Here you can click on HTML and CSS and look at all the abbreviations. Something like, look at this. It looks like some kind of code. I'll just copy it and paste it here and press tab. Did you see what happened? That small piece of code got converted into something like this. How cool it is. So I think learning these tools here and there really makes you productive. So here you can just see, like, we use pound symbol to div with an ID of page, then div with a class of logo, we use dot for that. We use plus symbol to create sibling element, star symbol to create multiple elements. So what you can do, you can just say, so here I'll just go ahead, delete it and say li into 5. I want 5 li. And you can see all this placeholder here. I can just say 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tab. How cool it is. Similarly, I can just go ahead and say li pound symbol main and press tab. It will create an ID of main li element. So these are small things that you can use to enhance your productivity. So go ahead, start making snippet and learn about Emmet. It will take some time, but let me tell you, that is worth it.